Ethiopia is burning. It is going through a horrific separatist crisis. The political party turned armed group TPLF has taken the regional capital Mekelle in Tigray, and there seems to be no end to the fighting. As the Ethiopian people defend their sovereignty, the TPLF has support from the outside, and the most surprising accomplice that it is alleged to have is Dr. Tedros. Yes, the same man who led the WHO amid the devastating pandemic, the same man who is accused of helping China cover up the COVID outbreak, and the same man who is accused of causing the pandemic with his dishonesty. Hi, and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Shubhangi, and in this video, I will tell you about Dr. Tedros' involvement in the latest conflict in Ethiopia. Let's begin. Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus has in many aspects become the harbinger of calamity. It was under his compromised leadership that the spread of coronavirus transitioned into a disastrous pandemic. And after supporting the anti-government factions in Ethiopia for a long time, he is now breaking up his own nation. After nearly 8 months of violence in the Tigray region of Ethiopia, the Ethiopian government proclaimed a ceasefire on state TV last week, claiming it would take effect immediately as forces from Tigray's former ruling party TPLF entered Mekelle, the regional capital. However, a Tigray Forces spokesman told the Associated Press on Wednesday that the ceasefire was a sick joke and that Tigray troops will push Ethiopian and Eritrean forces out. Ethiopia's Tigray region fell into a big crisis after Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed accused the Tigray People's Liberation Front, or the TPLF, of organizing an attack on a federal military base. The Ethiopian government then sent the army to Tigray, apart from declaring a 6-month state of emergency. And as the situation keeps worsening, Dr. Tedros is being accused of providing support to the insurgent group and trying to build a narrative in their favor, thereby blocking the efforts of the Ethiopian government to unite the nation. The Ethiopian army earlier accused Dr. Tedros of supporting TPLF in the Tigray region in their separatist efforts. The army is currently engaged in an armed conflict with the TPLF, and the army chief also called Dr. Tedros a criminal and asked him to step down from his position in the WHO. In a televised interview late last year, the army chief said, "He has worked in neighboring countries to condemn the war. He has worked for them to get weapons." Dr. Tedros was the health minister and the foreign minister from 2005 to 2016 in Ethiopia when the TPLF was the major political player. And now he is being accused of betraying the same country which he once served as his party, now turned insurgent, has been fighting the Ethiopian army in the Tigray region. Army Chief of Staff General Birhanu Jula said in a televised statement that Dr. Tedros is doing everything in his power to support the separatists and terrorists, even arranging weapons for them. This is not it. Dr. Tedros has been mired in controversy for a long time now. David Steinman, an American economist nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, has called for the World Health Organization chief to be prosecuted for genocide. In a complaint filed at the International Criminal Court in The Hague, the American economist accused the WHO Director General of being involved in directing Ethiopia's security forces who killed, arbitrarily detained, and tortured Ethiopians. Rebels in Ethiopia's Tigray region, who have time and again received help from Dr. Tedros, warned Tuesday that their troops would seek to destroy the capabilities of Ethiopian and Eritrean forces despite the Ethiopian government's unilateral ceasefire. Later Tuesday, a senior member of Tigray's regional government told the New York Times that Tigray's leadership was committed to weaken or destroy the capabilities of the Ethiopian and Eritrean armies wherever they are. Dr. Tedros has compromised loyalties and has time and again been connected to the deaths of many people back in his home country of Ethiopia. He was accused of covering up epidemics in the country even when he was health minister. Even in the early days of the COVID pandemic, Dr. Tedros lied about the virus not being capable of human-to-human transmission when China wanted the world to believe so. He refused to advise a travel ban on China and criticized nations that banned it, such as the US and India. However, the EU listened and it did not ban travel from China. So, Italy became an epicenter and the lies of Dr. Tedros were exposed. Tedros has compromised loyalties and has time and again been connected to the deaths of many people back in his home country as well. He was accused of covering up epidemics in the country even while he was the health minister in the Ethiopian government days before he became the director of the WHO. A prominent global health expert had accused Dr. Tedros of covering up 3 epidemics in Ethiopia. With so much dirt against him, there is no way that Dr. Tedros should remain the Director General of the World Health Organization, and as for him holding such an important position, it goes on to show how compromised the WHO and the UN are themselves.